Back in 2002, SEGA released a compilation game for the Nintendo GameCube, which featured every classic Sonic game except for Sonic CD, oddly enough. Besides all the classic Sonic games, it also featured an art gallery, and it showcased all the Sonic the Hedgehog comics published by Archie. As y'all boys know, this game features one of the most legendary Sonic the Hedgehog soundtracks of all time, composed by a man named Hideki Kobayashi. Kobayashi has quite a few Sonic credits under his belt, but he's most known for his work on the Phantasy Star series. In fact, he's the main composer for Phantasy Star Online. A few projects he's worked on includes Initial D, Sonic Battle, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Advance 3, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Unleashed, both Sonic Colors Wii and DS versions, and like I said, he's the main composer of the Phantasy Star Online series. This is probably the shortest soundtrack I'll ever talk about on this channel. Since this soundtrack only consists of menu themes and whatnot, it's literally only 5 songs, but they're some of the most amazing 5 songs I've ever heard in my life. Basically, Kobayashi dropped one of the best down-tempo ambient electronic music EPs of all time, and it even had a Sonic compilation game to go with it. All jokes aside, despite being one of the shortest Sonic soundtracks in history, it somehow manages to be one of the most talked about OSTs to this day, which says a lot about this collection of menu themes, you feel me? Like most great video game soundtracks, this one possesses a certain kind of feel and texture that's specifically unique to this game. It's hard to describe using constructed sentences, but I can throw out words like ambient, smooth, and colorful to give you a basic idea. What I love about this soundtrack is that it breaks boundaries on so many levels. One example is the sound selection, and what type of music those sounds were being used for. In this OST, you'll hear a lot of cool-ass unique things like jazz chord progressions being played on sweeping synth pads, and orchestral strings gliding over TR-808 drum samples. In 2023 going into 2024, that doesn't really sound like anything spectacular, but you gotta remember, this was made back in 2002. Shit like that wasn't common. Now, when you first boot up the game, you're greeted with this grandiose groove from Mr. Kobayashi himself. This song is weird to me because it holds a sense of nostalgia while also having this feel of futurism. You notice the entire soundtrack is like that. The spacey synth pads and buttery smooth leads combined with those default rolling JV drums is quite the combination, and it actually represents the whole yin and yang of nostalgia and futurism perfectly. This song gives off the vibe of a person entering an intergalactic museum of some sorts. Like you're literally traveling dimensions and shit just to see this Sonic museum. When you press the start button, you're brought to the main menu where you hear this lovely chorus piano playing chords that make you feel right at home. I'll be straight with y'all. I've never even played Sonic Mega Collection before. I've never even owned a GameCube, but I bet if I did, I would have spent countless hours on the main menu just listening to this song. I love all the ear candy in this song, the bleeps and bloops, and once again, the sound selection in this song is quite interesting but fitting. Using steel drums while playing a descending piano chord progression on some TR-808 drum samples might sound a little mid on paper, but in reality, this is one of the coolest things I've ever heard in a soundtrack, bruh. My favorite part about this song is the lead square instrument, which I assume comes from the Korg Trinity or Korg TR Rack. Those were the synthesizers that were used for both the adventure games and a ton of other video games at that time. I like how the square wave plays the main motif of the song, a simple melody that anyone can use in a song, yet Kobayashi manages to blend it like a fruit ninja with this well-composed track. Needless to say, bro did not have to go that hard on the main menu theme. Shit sounds like you're in a futuristic resort. My boy was cooking. Alright, it's time to pick what classic Sonic game you want to play, but you're having a little bit of trouble. Well, check me out. My man Kobayashi got y'all with this chill, vibey electronic music track. I like how the elements are slowly being added to the song, pretty much symbolizing exploration and new discoveries, even though there's not really much you can discover from a game manual. But hey, this music definitely gives off the feel of a nigga looking for the lost scrolls in this bitch. What I also love about this song is the slow crescendo throughout the song. As the song progresses, more elements are revealed, ultimately leading to this grand track, which has exploration and discovery written in fucking Sharpie on their foreheads. Moving on to the options and extras menu, this song right here, man, I bet this brings back so many memories for all y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the song that plays when you're scrolling through Archie comics and different pictures stored in the game's gallery. I can only imagine what it was like being up late at night playing Sonic Mega Collection on your GameCube and scrolling through these fire Sonic pictures while hearing this intergalactic grocery store music behind you, my nigga. I've heard so many testimonies on how amazing this song is. Now, I don't know if I haven't mentioned it before, but I've never even touched Sonic Mega Collection. The only reason why I knew about this game was because of its amazing soundtrack. In this song, Kobayashi chills it out big time. My boy's on this Andre 3000 shit. Going on, bringing out the flute, then pulling up with a crispy clean guitar, man. Man, when I say this shit, I mean it for real. This music is like sex, bruh. Last song I'm gonna talk about is the credits theme. If you happen to get bored looking through the menus, you might find a credit scene. And it pains me because the music that can be heard in the background is by far the best song on this soundtrack, and it's severely underrated. This is the first time I've ever heard traditional jazz music be played using cool synth patches like that. And no, I'm not talking about jazz fusion, nah my nigga. I'm talking about straight up jazz with synthesizers and electronic drum zips for the percussion. Like, this shit's crazy. Don't even get me started on that piano solo. And the lead instruments in this song aren't like any I've ever heard before. This song is a perfect example of what I was talking about, genre breaking and unorthodox sound selection and all that. This song is a perfect way to sum up a beautiful soundtrack and a way to showcase all the beautiful people who worked to put that game together. I know Sonic Mega Collection is a part of a lot of people's childhoods, including mine, like I said, even though I didn't have a GameCube or even play the game. I just love the soundtrack, man. It's so freaking amazing. And I remember hearing it in old Kobayashi 456 videos and just hearing it in different Sonic reviews. Like, whenever that nigga, you know we in for a party. But that was my review on the Sonic Mega Collection soundtrack. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And let me know down in the comments below, what's your favorite song from this soundtrack, why, and just give me your overall opinion on this soundtrack. Cause man, you know, it's honestly up there, I would say top five for sure. I can't give you a specific number, but I will say top 5. In the meantime, make sure to check me out on all other platforms. You know, I'll be making music and whatnot, so check me out on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to music on. Follow me on Twitter, the TikToks, the Instagrams. Join my Discord server too, nigga. We be lit in there. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Peace out, you feel me?